Hello! Welcome to another episode of One on One with Glen and Brent. I'm Brent.
I'm Glen!
And this is, I think, our third episode this season, something like that. Just coming in here quickly to sort of review the beginning of this season and preview the big game coming up this week against Michigan State.
Things are going very well.
Going very well. We are now 5-0, and more than that, we've been destroying opponents. Now, the question is, how good are we? Because our biggest test so far was against a mediocre St. Louis team on a neutral court. Now, that game was closer than it might have been early on because of the hot hand that Crawford had for St. Louis. He was knocking down pretty much whatever he put up. We made a defensive adjustment, shut him down more or less, and ended up winning that one by 20 points.
But it was with our two draft prospects on the bench for a lot of the game.
Absolutely.
Nwaku and Lee.
And that brings us to what is one of the biggest pluses for the team this year, balance. We have a good balance on the team. We have three very dependable guards. I think Lee and Lewis are as advertised. They're bringing scoring and leadership to the team.
Poise,
fifth-year seniors taking charge. And then you also have a sophomore year for Quentin Snyder doing the role that we thought he would do, playing point. But the big story of the year are bigs. How about Onuaku? But how about Mango? Really coming on, especially in the game, as you stated. Onuaku was in there a couple of minutes, at most it seems like, and Mango just went off. He has seemingly endless motor and desire. You can really feel how much he wants to play.
I think his hard work's paying off. Now, he still has trouble catching the ball, and he'll never be an offensive juggernaut, but the things he does well, he's showcasing those things this year.
Absolutely. So what you have right now is a team that is winning through offense and defense. It's been a while since we have a team that can actually put up 70, 80 points a game. It's entertaining to watch. It's been a while.
We have depth. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of length.
Yeah.
And, that's something we haven't really had. Mm-hmm. We have some girth, but it's not as visible. But this team is not as predictable, I don't think. Whether it's as good as past years, I don't know. But I think you sort of knew what to expect from us last year. Harrell, Chris Jones, and Terry Rozier will take turns, lighten it up or whatever. But if you could neutralize certain things, I think you could handle us.
Yeah. But
this team, I'm not sure where, even as a fan, I'm not sure where to focus the defense. Do you focus just on Lee and Lewis? Because Owen is pretty, he's pretty hard to stop down there.
Yeah.
And
say Onuaku is benched, Mango comes out, you still have Ray Spalding in reserve, a freshman who's made a big impression on me. Talk about length, and he's thin for, obviously as a freshman body, but just the length and the he moves well. And then how about Anas at the 4? You have your 7-footer coming off the bench, one of your 2 7-footers, but the one that we actually play, coming off the bench playing the 4 spot with Mango in the 5. I think that's a very effective look.
It's quite a luxury with him being the 4th big, Mm-hmm. 5th if you're counting Jalen Johnson.
Yeah.
His best days are ahead of him. He's probably not quite where he needs to be, but every game he does at least 1 or 2 things that are like, that adds something to this.
Yeah, I think there's a high ceiling for him. I really like his footwork. He really has some moves in there when he gets a hold of it. Well-rounded team. The balance is there. Offense is there. And I think the other thing, chemistry seems to be there. This team seems to be having fun. They seem to like each other. I didn't always get that vibe the last couple of years. No. So I'm really, really liking this team. So, like we said, we've been blowing out cupcakes, 30, 40 points.
And don't get me wrong, this team is not, they're not ready to beat the best in the nation right now, in my opinion. They're still shaky, especially defensively. We miss a lot of assignments, but a lot of it comes from our young players and the transfers while they're seniors. They're not used to the system. but you can feel it coming together.
Yep. So that brings the question. Obviously, Wednesday we're going to have the biggest challenge. This game will tell us where we are. Michigan State coming up. Now, in your heart, you want this to be a revenge tour game. You want to take Michigan State apart, both because of them knocking us out before and
Excuse me.
to make a statement. But how do you feel we're going to do? Do you for one, do you think Michigan State is legit?
This is where I need to be honest. I haven't really watched them play, so everything I'm going to say is based on hearsay and historical performances from Tom Izzo. But I would suggest they're one of the top 4 teams in the nation. Their main guy, Valentine, is a triple-double kind of guy that we're not quite ready for, maybe, especially since Deng Adele's not playing. He's our best defender. Personally, I think we're going to have trouble against an experienced team like this. But the main thing is put in a good showing, be competitive, like I feel like we'll be all year. And if you were to pin me down, I would suggest we might come up a little short, but go Cards.
I'm kind of the same place. Just looking on paper, which at this point is all you really have to go by, I feel like Michigan State's probably the better team at this moment. But I feel like we have great potential as this year goes on, and I think this game will be a measuring stick for us. We can see where we are, what we need to change as we go forward, and
they don't want us in March, though.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Izzo made sure this game happened in
December. He didn't want to come March. But, I think the ceiling is very high for this team. I think we're going to have a really great year. I really like this team a lot now that I've been able to see them, now the 5 games and the 2 exhibitions. I would desperately like to see them beat Michigan State. I can't say for sure that they're going to do it. I think they have a chance. But obviously we're going to hope for the best, and we support our team. So, I think that's about it for this episode. As always, check us out on Twitter with Glen and Brent. Email us
at with Brent and Glenn at gmail.com or whatever he says every week. Just email that. If the Cards do win Wednesday, take a screenshot of this show to Tumbleweed and get a free chips and queso. But if we lose, you get a free taco. So just take a screenshot of this show right now.
Here, the taco's right here.
Right.
All right, folks. Thank you very much. Check us out, 2 Men 1 Couch channel on YouTube, and check out our other shows. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
God bless you.
Good evening.